Well, good morning. This is your brother, your friend Brian, and it is such a joy to be back with you with a new old look. Yeah, well, my hair is fine, but my hairline was moving a little too far back for me. I was like, whoa. But anyway, I hope and pray that all is well with you. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. I am just happy to be alive today. I'm happy to be able to move around without assistance. I'm just happy to be a child of God. He has endowed me with such peace. Even in the midst of my storms, and I do have storms. Some of them self-inflicted storms, some just the nature of life storms. You know, but God has still given me a measure of peace to be able to stand. So I hope and pray that you renew your mind as I shall continue to renew my mind. And I think one of the things that when I say things like that and other people say things like that, within us as individuals, we tend to, well, I hate to say not believe, but I guess that's what it is, that it's as simple as that. Well, speaking the words is simple, but renewing your mind requires work. Changing the way you think requires you to get out of your comfort zone. And so when you try to look at things differently, it automatically goes against the nature of your history, your natural experiences. So when you're going through something and it just becomes overwhelming, there is a natural tendency to fall back to what we know, what we experience in life. We can be negative. you know, well, this is just the way, things fall for me, or, um, well, no, I don't sleep well. Remember, your words have power. And in renewing your mind, you have to change what you say, even though you might not feel it in your natural body. To say, you know what, I feel fine today, and I thank God for the strength in my body. And you might have a terrible headache, you might have pains rushing throughout your body. But what does the Bible say? As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you think that and you dwell in that, well, I shouldn't say just thinking that because we have thoughts, but if you dwell in that negative thought, well, that pain's not going anywhere. But I choose to be positive. I choose to keep it in the mindset and the framework of, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, I'm good. I'm going to speak those things that are not as though they are. So that's the renewing of your mind. It has nothing to do with how you feel, because in that moment you're going to feel the pain, you're going to feel the frustration, everything that comes along with trials and tribulations and physical health and all those things. But you speak it. No, I'm good. You know, and you move forward. The old saying is that a rising tide lifts all boats. Well, let's allow a renewed mind, a positive way of thinking, to become that tide. And it's going to lift not only you, but everybody around you. See, I don't think we realize that the negative things that we speak, it pulls everybody around us down with us. And some of us are miserable people. And you know what they say about misery? It loves company. Well, if that's who you are, I'm gonna let you be miserable by yourself I ain't got the time. Anyway, I love you, and you have to know that God loves you. And I hope and pray that you find, you find a renewed mind, a renewed mind. I pray that you make the decision. I'm not going to think the way I've always thought. You know, one of the rules of thumb that I've said before, and I really try to live by, is I take what I am certain about in my mind and then try to line it up with what God says. And if they don't match, I got to give it up. So try that. Try a new way of thinking. Try a new way of understanding, not of yourself, but of God and of how He wants you to live your life. Believe me, it is a joyous way of life to focus on the positive instead of dwelling in the negative. It's an uplifting way of life, even when you're going through the worst situations. And like I said, maybe there's situations you created. But you know what? If you renew your mind and say, you know what? I messed up and I'm going to do better, then I guarantee you, not only will your boat rise, but everybody around you will benefit from that. So go and have a wonderful Wednesday. And I hope and pray that you find yourself throughout this day coming back to this message and saying, let me change the way I think about that thing and do something better and have a different mindset, a more positive mindset about what's ahead for me. Because I'm going to name it and I'm going to claim it. It works. Only if you work it. All right. Have a blessed day.